going on, guys? We are playing some iRacing. We're racing the Skip Barber Formula 2000 at Summit Point Raceway. It's an 18-lap race, and we qualified on pole with a 123.2. That's pretty exciting. It's always tough to qualify at the top. There's a lot of fast guys in here, and we should have a really good race. So let's hop onto the grid. It's a right-hand corner, so we are on the inside. Get lined up here. Put it in first, and we're ready to go. Decent jump, not too bad. You actually have to lift on upshifts. I'm going to hold the inside line through here just to be a little defensive. Try to be nice and smooth on this outlap. Cold tires, it's super easy to make a mistake and have an issue. Push a little too hard on this first lap and throw the whole race away. Again, an 18-lap race. It goes pretty quick, believe it or not. It's that whole philosophy of you can definitely lose the race on that first lap, but you definitely can't win it. So we'll try to be pretty smooth through here. Try to hit our lines, but you can tell those tires are definitely cold. Not making it very easy. I'm kind of having to lift off a little bit to get the car to rotate. That's one thing that this Skip Barber car will do. It'll rotate by just lifting off the throttle, shifting that weight to the front, having those front tires bite. Same thing with a little dab of the brake. Not very often am I on pole, so don't want to throw this away with just being stupid and not concentrating. A little wide there. I see a guy spinning back there somewhere. Okay, just focus on my race here. Down to third, turn in, full throttle. Those guys are in a battle. This is my chance to pull a gap. Really, really fun track here. Kind of technical, but there's just a variety of corners that make it really, really fun, especially in this car. It's a slower car, but it has a lot of grip, and it's all about momentum, so it's something that can really teach you a lot about taking the right lines and hitting your lines every lap, because one little mistake is crucial when it's a spec series here. Didn't hit my line there. Blabbing definitely doesn't help. We actually got 3 seconds or so on the guys behind us. And we're actually catching some lap traffic. I can't believe that already. Must have been some bad crashes back there. There we go, a little bit better. Try to keep it to the inside here. If you drift too far wide, you definitely lose a little bit of time. I've grown to really like this track. Even though I really didn't like it, didn't think it was anything special at first. But then once you learn a track, I think you start to grow fond of it. The more time you spend with the track, at least I find that way with almost everything in simulators. MX Simulator is a good example. I used to hate something like Hangtown, and then once you really race it and you get it down and you start to feel comfortable with it, it's now one of my favorite tracks. So it's just funny. You really have to give most tracks an honest chance because they all have something really, really cool to offer. And this is one that really flew under my radar until now, and I've done like 5 races today on it. It's actually a snow day where I don't have to go to work because it's an absolute blizzard outside, like 95-mile-an-hour winds and snow blowing all over the place, so it's a great day to sit here and have a little bit of fun in iRacing. Learn a new track. Then you can kind of add it to your tool belt or whatever you want to say. Another one that, boom, I know this track with any car I get on it now. Obviously every car is a little bit different, but we're running some pretty good laps right now. A little blend of the throttle to get it to turn in there. We're pulling just a little bit, but again, it's just one little mistake from that all being gone. So the concentration in this is just nuts. It is so hard to stay concentrated through a full race and not make one little mistake. I'm trying to get through this without any incidences. That means like a little small off track or rubbing a wall or anything like that. I'm trying to get through here completely clean. Hopefully this guy lets us by. He knows we're lapping him, so hopefully he doesn't fight us on it too much. You never know. Can't take a risk. Hopefully he lets us by in this next section here. I don't have any room to really give here. Come on, dude. I'm gonna lose time on the guys behind me here. Come on, dude. Get the fuck out of the way. You're a lapper, man. This is ridiculous. This is the kind of shit you gotta deal with.
On the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right.
You kidding me, dude?
Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear on
I'm
the
gonna
right.
try to cut under him here.
Left side.
Whew.
Clear on the left.
Little bit of contact, not too bad. Definitely gonna lose a lot of time. That guy is an absolute prick. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but that was just ridiculous. He was getting waved the blue flag the whole time. There's no doubt about that. Now, we've got everybody right on our ass. That is so frustrating. So frustrating. We worked hard to get a gap, and now we're deep into a battle. And it wasn't even our fault. Try to stay positive. We know we have pace. Let's just try to get back into a groove. Hit some smooth laps, try to pull a little bit of a gap once again. We know we can do it. It just took one jackass to mess that up, but that just shows you really do have to be smart. I didn't know how to get by that guy. I tried my best, but it didn't really work. Lose a little bit of time here. He might get us down this straightaway. Surprised he's not going for the draft. He's definitely going for that inside line, though.
Right side.
I'm gonna have to give it to him.
To the left. Clear on the right. Car on the
Yeah,
right.
he pushed out a little bit.
Clear.
Little battle. Okay. He went for it. He's overdriving the car. That's a good sign. We're going to keep it within our comfort zone and try to put in clean laps here. pulled a little bit there. He's obviously has a good line through this last corner. I'm just braking a little too much to try to not overdo it. Hopefully that counteracted his speed there. Doesn't look like he's pulling. I'm watching him. Good. Hit that curb on the inside. If you hit that thing too much, it'll just throw you sideways. Gotta be careful. But I braked a little early there, so I had to dive in early as well. We definitely have a battle on our hands. He's right there. .5. Could have gone a little faster there. We'll see if he closes the gap. He pushed pretty wide, so I assume he carried a lot of speed. Staying about 1.4.
10 laps to go, fella.
10 laps left. Just got to put in 10 clean laps here. Can't believe that lapper almost made us throw us away. What a prick. Whatever that guy's name is, he can go to hell. Pull tear off. We're pulling a little bit on him. If we can just keep doing that, we can open up enough of a gap that we can not have to push so hard. Decent line through that last corner, I think. Shouldn't have hit that rev limiter. Wide here, but that's okay. Again, consistency is the main thing. That's what makes a really good racing driver. That's what's interesting, is it's not always just about pace, it's about hitting those lines each and every lap. End of the throttle there. It's nice to stay flat when you hit that line just perfect, but we're pulling even more here. Whew. Not easy to stay this concentrated and kind of blab to a microphone. Good thing is I'm not overdriving right now. So easy to do. Got a few lappers we'll probably be catching up to before the end of the race at least. Oh, that's that curve I'm talking about. The reality check. It can all be lost so quick. There's a few corners here Actually, this next one coming up that drops down the hill to the right. If you drop a tire in the grass over here, pushing a little bit wide, I've spun there like 3 times in races. A little too much curve on that inside as well. Just getting a little sloppy, but still hitting a decent pace, I think. Seconds to the guy behind. It's at least a little bit of a buffer. Always keeping an eye on that gap. Looks like we're actually pulling on him a little bit here. These guys in front of us are actually running pretty quick laps, even though they're a lap down. Which is nice. Problem is they're in a battle, so if we do catch them, they're not going to want to let us by that easily. Could be a challenge. We could lose that 3 seconds so fast. Lap 12 of 18. We're at 4 seconds now. Decent run through the last corner. That should help a little bit. Definitely one of those spots you can just lose so much time. You mess up that last corner, and then you lose that momentum, that speed, really, all the way down this entire long straightaway. Looks like a guy off. Hopefully he gets back on safely without ramming into us. That's good. That'll separate that battle, so if we catch this guy, it won't be catching them both mid-battle. Ooh, almost went off into the grass to the left there. That would have been it, because that would have been a big spin. That one's hard to recover from. Hopefully these guys are respectful. Didn't hit a great line through there, had to lift, but that's alright. That's why we built up a little bit of a lead. We can afford to make a couple small mistakes, as long as they're not ones that throw us spinning off the track. But hopefully when people see us coming, they realize that we're in the lead and that they need to let us by cleanly. Not the best end to that lap. But man, that buffer is definitely nice. 5 more laps. Second gear through there that time. I prefer first, I think. Definitely going to be catching this guy here in the next lap or two. Hopefully he just lifts off a little bit to let us by in an easy spot. Well, that's what I was hoping for the last guy too, so who knows. This is 11th place here.
Cars a lap down.
Would have been really nice to get him on this straightaway. Oh well.
Car on the left.
Come on, dude. He almost cut in. You could see him trying. And he was like, oh shit! Sometimes it's hard to be a lapper, I'll give him that. We've all been in that position. In fact, I've been in that position a few times today. Sometimes it's hard, but you're always better off to just hold your line, go to the slow line, and just hold it there. Even if you gotta let off and go a little bit slower to let them by in a spot that's just safer. It's just the way to go. Instead of trying to fight with them and try to dodge, I don't know, do I go left, do I go right? Through a set of corners, it's better to find a straightaway and kind of lift off and let them by. So, second place is almost 7 seconds behind us now. That's a good buffer. Only got a couple more laps. I guess 4 more laps, but you know, we can lose a second a lap if we need to. But that can happen so easy. Pull another tear off. My thing right now is just making sure I don't make any of those extreme mistakes that are just so easy to get yourself into, like touching the grass here on the outside. I'm going to give myself just that little bit extra bit of space because I know I don't have to push it so hard that I'm riding the edge of the track everywhere. I feel like we're running pretty consistent laps this whole race. That's something at least I'm proud of in this race. It's not always easy to do. I think the only issue we really had was that damn lapper. Everything's looking pretty good.
Let's go.
2 laps, 7-second lead. This is not a position I'm in very often, to be blunt, to be honest. If I could go from pole to winning this race, I can be pretty happy about that. It's just not easy to do in iRacing. No matter what class you're in or whatever level you're at, people are good. People take this game serious and people pay a lot of money to be a part of this game. It's not easy to pull off a win no matter what class you're in. And to have a perfect weekend, we'll call it, with qualifying on pole. And it's not like it was just lead the whole time. I mean, we've been leading for a good chunk here, but we did have to kind of let him by on the straightaway. Second place, he got by us. And then we were able to get by him when he just overcooked it in that corner. That was our only real battle, but we definitely had him on us less than a second or around a second for quite a while, and we had to stay strong and be consistent. Not as much battling in this video as maybe my last, but kind of a different perspective, because this is not easy to be in the lead and keep your composure. Makes you wonder how guys do it in real life. One little mistake, especially if you're in something like a Formula 1 car, or even more so a rally car in the World Rally Championship, I cannot imagine going, okay, I cannot lose a second. The guy's a second behind me in time, and I need to keep it clean. I don't even know how you do that. I mean, if you're going sideways, going like 120 miles an hour through the trees, I really don't know how those guys keep their composure, and that's where the guys that are multi-time champions, guys like Sebastian Loeb, or on the Formula One side, people like Michael Schumacher, guys like Lewis Hamilton, how did they keep their shit together through all of those races, through those multiple championships, when just one little mistake throws you off completely.
You have about 5 laps of fuel there.
Yeah! It's always nice in VR. You're able to like, woo! Looking at the no grandstands on this track.
Great job.
Wow.
Good job, fella.
A win is just such a big deal for me. I know it's in a silly game, but means a lot to pull off a win in a really fun car. And you can see I didn't really talk about it, but that's the kind of old school Benetton livery. I actually have a poster of that in my garage. Maybe I'll add a picture to it. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. A little bit different of a video. I know we were in the lead the whole time, but still interesting nonetheless. Let's look at a couple things here before I sign off. Obviously, results 1-1 for qualifying and the race. That's awesome. I want to look at laps really quick here. Obviously, so our qualifying lap was 123.2. Fastest lap was 122.7 in the race. But look at the consistency, really from lap 7 all the way to lap 18. So over half the race we were running within a second of each other, roughly. So pretty good race for me. You can see the 126, that's when we got into the lapper. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this race. Hopefully it's something different. I know a lot of people don't watch these, but for those of you guys that do, I really appreciate it, because these are really all I am having fun with at the moment, to be honest. So thank you guys, and until next time, I will talk to you later. Peace out.